Happy Mercury Retrograde, our first of the year. Good morning, my dear, and welcome. I'm using a different crystal for the Mercury. This is one of my favorites. It has been Mercury on the board before, but I just love how beautiful it is. So we're gonna use this one for Mercury Retrograde today. Welcome. If this is your first time here, my name is Sarah. I'm a channeler and an astrologer. And today we're going to be channeling messages through an all signs reading, focusing on our Mercury retrograde. This transit is taking us from February into March. This is taking us from an Eastern Standard Time, the 26th of February. Mercury is going to go retrograde in Pisces at 22 degrees in the middle of the eclipse portal. And then on the 20th of March, on the Aries equinox, Mercury is going to go direct at 8 degrees of Pisces. So it stays in Pisces energy. And that's something that I really love about all of the Mercury retrogrades in 2026. I talk about this in the 2026 companion. There's a 52-page ebook and an extended all signs readings that's available below. But all the Mercury retrogrades are in water and stay in water. So they're Pisces, Cancer, and then Scorpio. Those will be all of the Mercury retrogrades. They start in water and stay in water. What does that mean, Sarah? Water energy, this is our emotional depth. This is the general astrological wheel we're starting out with, starts in Aries and goes all the way around over to Pisces. So as we look at what this means for the collective, this is the house of soul purpose, healings, closures, and coming home. And I hear you. Some people can't read what the board says, so I've put in the description what the words say. But this is the house of soul purpose, healings, closures, and coming home. So this is the very last house of the zodiac wheel. When Mercury, and what I found fascinating is that Mercury goes direct on the Aries equinox after the sun, this is the sun, on the board goes into Aries energy. So it happens on the same day, but Mercury will go direct after the Aries equinox, after the sun goes into Aries energy. So this is going to color pretty much the entirety, actually the rest of Pisces season. We're going to be in a Mercury retrograde. There's a few components to this season or to this transit that I want to talk about here. I don't know what's going to come through for the all signs readings, so I'm going to offer some collective messages just right off the bat. There's a few things that are really curious. So this is the North Node and South Node on the board. And I follow the mean nodes and the mean Lilith, so this degree might be different if you follow the true. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Either one, potato, whichever one suits your fancy. So the North Node, when Mercury goes retrograde, is going to be at 9 degrees. We've had Mercury conjunct this point. We have had Venus conjunct this point. Venus was conjunct the North Node during the new moon eclipse in Aquarius that we just had. This is an important point. This is where, how do I say? The North Node is our collective destiny. It's where we're headed, the head of the dragon. This being in our house of soul purpose and releasing in the house of daily life, this is also the health axis. A lot of health stuff, a lot of job stuff, a lot of work stuff, a lot of home stuff, this is Jupiter, we'll talk about that in a minute, has been coming up, possibly. It has been in the astrology and for my clients and for people, it's just, I'm noticing that there's a lot of, I want to be doing something that really activates my soul. It's not just about the money anymore. It's not just about I can do this 3D job, I can do this. It's about our values for sure. Money values access to resources, but it's about, Uranus is finishing its transit over in Taurus, so there's enough astrological validation to really go with this. But what I find to be fascinating is that Mercury has been sweeping over the North Node and then will go direct conjunct the North Node. So we've had a lot of focus on this. It's going to go direct at 8 degrees. The North Node will be at 7 degrees. So I would highlight, I'd say 6 to maybe 8, 9, 10. 6 to 10 degrees of Pisces, 6 to 10 degrees of Virgo, 6 to 10 degrees of really any sign, and see what that is highlighting for you. Where's the North Node in transit for you right now in your chart? What does this actually mean to you? And for Mercury to be going there, this is our communication planet. This is how we give and receive communication. This is our inner Hermes. So it's how our dreams are coming in. And there's my natal Mercury is in Pisces. So I like to call this placement the violinists on the side of the Titanic. We can give very dry information a very beautiful spin. There's also, with Piscean energy in and of itself, sometimes the shadow side is a little bit illusioned, disillusioned. It's a little bit like, it's those rose-colored glasses for sure. We're seeing things through rose-colored glasses. But what the God of my understanding is really highlighting is like, you can use that for good, or you could use that for negative. You can fully swan dive into the doom and gloom. You can fully swan dive into any negative thing that's happening in your life right now and feed it with your attention. Or you can say, I'm actually not going to entertain that. I'm going to celebrate this. This is a good thing. And I'm going to do everything I can with my verbal communication, with the tools that I have, calls, text, emails, letters, whatever that may be, during this time, during this season, and really make the best of my current situation, yes, but focusing, I want you to be like kind of like super delulu right now and focus on the highest and greatest good. One thing that I talk about, and I talk about this with, I'm pretty open about this, I don't follow Mercury transits very closely at all. I follow them 3 times a year when they go retrograde. I swan dive into Mercury. I swan dive into where it's transiting and the aspects that it's making, and really get to know that energy as closely as I can and learn as much as I can from it. Hermes, again, Mercury is I want to take something and be a more evolved version of myself after this transit is complete. And pardon me if I'm a little over the place. It's very early in the morning on Monday. I've been up for many hours and we're having a snowstorm. I'm having a snow day today, and it's a lovely day. My dreams have been afoot, so Mercury is very much in the chat right now. I want to talk a little bit about Jupiter because it's a very interesting aspect that's coming online, and Mars is going to really kind of highlight this aspect as well. So there are 3 dates that I'm going to give you. One of them's already passed, and these are all listed in Eastern Standard Time, so it might be a little different if you're Southern Hemisphere. On the 16th of February, we had a perfect trine of Mercury and Jupiter retrograde. Mercury at 15 degrees of Pisces and Jupiter at 15 degrees of Cancer energy. On the 9th of March, we're going to have the second trine. Mercury is going to be retrograde at 15 degrees and Jupiter is going to be retrograde at 15 degrees. The third is going to be on the 3rd of April, where Mercury is going to be direct in Pisces energy at 15 degrees and Jupiter is also going to be direct in Cancer energy at 15 degrees. On the 10th of March is when Jupiter goes direct, and when Mercury goes direct on the 20th of March, all planets will be direct. This pretty much happens every year. We get a little bit of time where all planets are direct. Pluto kicks us off, I believe, in early May and goes retrograde. It's usually that kind of style where Pluto will kick off the retrograde season of the year, and then something will be retrograde for the rest of the year. So from the 20th of March till early May, all planets will be direct. I've talked about this before, that Jupiter went retrograde last year. I want to get the dates. I have my book here because I find it to be interesting. It was our last. Hold, please. Yes. So on November 9th, Mercury went retrograde in Sagittarius at 6 degrees. And on the 11th of November, Jupiter went retrograde in Cancer energy at 25 degrees. So Jupiter started and ended its retrograde under a Mercury retrograde. So Jupiter has so much to do with our abundance. This is our luck, our money. This is our gregarious planet. She's thick. She does not apologize for being thick. There's so much gorgeousness and beauty to this planet. And I just love that they're talking so much. So I'm raising the table up. I know you can't see it, but you might hear it. They're talking to each other. So where is 15 degrees of Pisces? Where is 15 degrees of Cancer? And also, where is 15 degrees of Scorpio? Where does that complete grand water trine? What house area is this in? Like what's being really activated? Is it 12th house, soul purpose, healing, closures, coming home? Is it 4th house, house, home, and safety, my pocket of the world? And is it 8th house, deep transformation, death, shared possessions? That tracks for so many of us, for sure. But the transit we're going to be looking at today is going to be through the lens of the 26th of February, Mercury going retrograde, until the 20th of March when Mercury goes direct. If you're interested to really deep dive into this, one of the really best ways to utilize Mercury retrograde is to go inward, is to ask for help, ask for team, ask for guidance. So if you're interested in applying this directly to your chart, please reach out directly for a one-on-one session. I am happy to accept one-on-one clients right now. We book everything through a free consultation to decide together if working together is in alignment. Again, like I had said, I have my 2026 companion and all signs reading that is available for you, and all signs readings here on YouTube if that resonates mostly with you. So, disclaimer before we get started, it's always listed below. This is a general donation-based reading. So please do not take anything that I say as doctrine. Please do your own research on everything. Please ask for assistance, ask for help, and really use your discernment for this one. Mercury is already in Pisces. Venus is in Pisces. The sun is in Pisces. So this is the beginning and end of all things. Saturn and Neptune are safely in Aries energy as I record this. So there is this little sharpness to things that are going on. And I always write that in description that there's a curtness sometimes that comes through with my messages. And the way that the God of my understanding speaks to me can be a little bum-bumch. But Neptune and Saturn and Aries are just do it. Just do it. Just do it. There's been a lot of channeled messages that have been coming through about you know what you want. You might just not have anyone to talk to about it. So really, when Mercury is in Pisces, don't try to convince yourself to not see what's actually happening in front of you. Whatever is breaking down right now, it's your body, your finances, your home, your relationships, your work, your mission, everything is getting detoxed right now. So what's at the bones? What's the message? What's the lesson? Not with the story. Mercury and Pisces can sing a good song. It can trauma bond like a champ. It can say, you have to treat me this way because I've had this happen to me. If we're not our story, we're responsible. Let's see what comes through. And as always, watch for your rising sign first, and then your sun sign, and then your moon sign to get the vibrations, and just kind of have a coffee and have a chit chat with me. Do your own research and everything, but really find where, 22 degrees to 8 degrees of Pisces falls in your chart, what house area, what planets, what aspects that's making. That's where to really focus. Sometimes I watch 4 readings because I have to watch a different rising sign, because although I am a Scorpio rising, I use Placidus, so sometimes I watch the Sag rising because that's where that transit is. But let me introduce the planets and we'll get started. So this is the sun. I'm most likely not going to put them all down, but I just want you to know in case I use them. This is the moon. Mercury we've met. Venus. Mars, an important player. I'll talk about him in a second. Jupiter. Saturn. Uranus. Neptune, Pluto, Chiron, Black Moon Lilith. Sorry, I totally forgot. On the Aries equinox, when Mercury goes direct, Mars, my favorite planet, is going to be at 14 degrees of Pisces, activating this trine. Activating the trine to Jupiter over here. There's a lot that's happening on the Aries equinox. It's so dynamic. There's beautiful, beautiful energy that's available to us. There's available to us. Aries is fresh start energy. That's where Neptune is. That's where Saturn is. So this says to me, whatever message Mercury has been giving you, Mars is going to get it done. Mars wants to make this happen. And I have an entire Mastering Mars program. If you're interested in working with the transits of Mars, natal Mars, Mars in daily life, Mars takes action. Mars is not a passive planet. So if you are actively working with the planets, please reach out directly for a one-on-one session. Please take a peek over at the course library and invest in instantaneous access to Mastering Mars, that program. I think I introduced everybody. We've cleared the board. We're ready to go. All right, let's get started. Aries rising, Aries sun, Aries moon. You are activated, my dear. You are activated, and it might feel like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to put him down. My dear. Okay, so this is the house of soul purpose, healings, closures, and coming home. So there's a lot happening on the back end for sure. There's a lot happening, your guidance team. There's a lot happening with the God of your understanding. There's a lot going on right now. This is generational. This is ancestral. You're healing so much for the whole line, and it feels public. You're probably stepping into a public stage, or you are a public person if you're seeing this. There's a lot going on right now. And Mars, when Mercury goes retrograde, is at 26 of Aquarius, so 2 degrees outside of the activation of the new moon eclipse that just happened at 28 degrees of Aquarius. So this feels like, I don't know, dude, it just feels like everything's falling apart, but it's not. It's like everything that can't last is leaving. Every single thing that cannot come with you into your future is leaving right now. My belly is really grumbling on that. Like everything that can't come is leaving. Absolutely everything that can't come is leaving. And we're going to have the full moon eclipse is going to be in the midst of this entire transit, in the midst of the Mercury retrograde. We have a full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo energy. I think it's at 13 degrees, 12 degrees, 13 degrees, 12 degrees. Yep, 12 degrees. So you can't go back to your old ways. Dude, you can't go back to your old ways. You can't go back to the old friend group, the old job, the old addictive pattern. You can't go back to, like, something is just like falling apart. And you're like, this is awesome. Like, I don't see your mindset. Like, I don't think that Saturn or Neptune, like, you've been preparing for that for so long that I don't see this as like a negativism. I just see this as just like, yeah, this is cool. Everything's falling apart. Everything's just, yeah, just go with it. Just do what you can. Daily bread. Like, if I'm giving you validation that everything's falling apart and it's on purpose, and it's like, if everything is, I don't want to prophesize that. If things are great, then that's a beautiful thing, Aries. Then just continue to go with it. But if things are falling apart, if you feel as though you're in the midst of the darkest night of the soul and you don't know where to go and you don't know what to do, be present. Be present. Be present. Don't hide into escapism. Don't. I was chatting with a friend of mine the other day. Like, that's how you're going to be able to discern people. If you not, like, everybody with Neptune and Pisces was faced with some version of an addiction. And now with Neptune and Aries, it's either, is this integrated, or am I swan diving into escapism? So choose wisely. Choose wisely. If you want this applied to your own chart and your own life, please reach out directly and we can have a session. Love you. Taurus rising, Taurus sun, Taurus moon. Okay. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. We've talked about this before, about being really honest, like radical honesty. And I feel like there's two buckets. Either it's like, because this is the house of community, friendships, and wishes for the future. So I feel like it's either I've been honest with the people in my life. I know I'm quitting this job. I know this person is leaving my life. I know I'm moving on. I know I'm not dating this person anymore. I've set boundaries and I'm moving forward. And it's a little awkward. Like it's a little uncomfortable maybe. Or there's still some like unspoken emotions that are being harbored, or it's like lying energy. It's like laughing at your boss's jokes even though you really want to leave. It's like not telling the person that is, giving you rides all the time that you aren't interested, and you're like you'll never be with them. Like it's just there's an energy here of yeah. Face it head on. Face it head on 100%. The video that I posted last week, facing past failures, could be a really beautiful activation. That could be a helpful tool. And there could possibly be some financial fears tucked in here. Uranus isn't going to go into Gemini fully until for a few months. April. Okay. And so there might be this residual, like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how I'm going to handle this. And you can handle it for sure. It's just very fascinating that this is in Jupiter's retrograde in the house of communication. This is a Gemini run house. This is like a Mercury run house. And Mercury's trying to be like, speak your piece. Speak your piece. There's either something that you need to say, or you've already said it, and maybe reaching out to new community could be helpful to be like, it's just really awkward, or it's really uncomfortable, or it's kind of like I'm seeing, like, I already put in my 2 weeks notice, and now every time I go to work, everyone's like, oh, hi. So it might just be an awkward moment that you're in, and there's like a sound bite that's popping into my head, and it's a little crass, so I apologize, but it's like, but did you die? And you're like, it's really uncomfortable. I do not like this feeling, Sarah. And like the sound, and so I apologize that that's a little like insensitive, but it's just saying like, you got this. You can do this. You for sure can do this. You for sure can speak your piece. You for sure can make that phone call. You can for sure end that relationship or be honest. But be honest with yourself first, Taurus. And that's the first, like, go to the mirror, go to the woods, go to the God of your own understanding and talk there first. But it's like Mercury retrogrades are the perfect time to clear the air. If you need support, if you need team, and you want to apply this to your own life, please reach out directly. We can have a free consultation and talk about having a one-on-one session. If you need support, I'm happy to be of assistance to you. So I hope that helps. Love you. Gemini. What? Don't worry. If you have, okay. There was a transit that Sag went through a bit ago. That this was last year. I forget when. But if you have Sag placements, this might just feel like a public, like, what's happening? What's going on? Why me? But I see you. It's your chart ruler going retrograde in your house of legacy and public image and career. So it's not like something bad happens. I'm never going to prophesize that, but a little bit of maybe you'll start to see a little bit of if there are addictive patterns to the spotlight, if there are addictive patterns, or if you're overworking, or if something's like not really, if something's unhealthy, if something's out of alignment right now, I feel like it's going to be very, very seriously presented to you. And this could also be, the full moon eclipse that's coming up in Virgo. This could also be a family pattern, a habit that you're like, ew, oh my God, I can't believe I just said that. That was like my father. I can't believe I just did that. I can't believe I just judged that way. And you just get to release those things. Yeah, you just get to release those things. And there are times when I'm doing a meditation, it's usually first thing in the morning, right after I wake up, and say I had like a really intense dream and I want to release the things, and I go back and I, change them actively, and then I release them. Try to take some pressure off right now, Gemini. Honestly, there's a little bit of the sun isn't like the sun, Mercury, Mars, everything, Venus is all up here, and with the Mercury retrograde all up there. I mean, Neptune and Saturn are in the, it's stacked. It's stacked. If you're a visual person, I'll just put it together for you so you can see what's stacked. You can see what's stacked. See what's stacked. Yeah, it's stacked. Absolutely stacked. So when things are leaving and when I'm actively choosing to release things, if you've ever seen the movie Totoro, My Neighbor Totoro, there are these little soot gremlins that are like, there's just like little cartoon, it's a Ghibli movie, it's a cartoon movie. There's little soot gremlins and they're just like meep, 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 meep. And Nana comes over, she's like, they're probably deciding whether or not they should leave now. And just anytime I need something to go, I just imagine it as like this little meep, 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 soot gremlin that's leaving. So I'm not going to say that there's like a public post or something really embarrassing is going to happen. I'm just saying that if something does come up, it might just snap you into the like, oh my, I went way too far. I oscillated way too far in that direction. And, in my perspective and book, and this is not always something that people agree with, but in my perspective and book, the seed of addiction never leaves us. It just goes from one thing to one thing to one thing. And so we have to make peace with that. It's not about like making friends with it, but it's about saying like, okay, I know that I haven't taken a rest day in a really long time, so I'm going to do that. I haven't taken a day off in a really long time. I haven't just sat with presence in a really long time. I've been overworking. I've been over this. I've been overdoing this. So just let it be a moment, kind of like the North Node is in your 10th house. So there's a lot of beauty to the public life. But as the South Node is in your 4th house, don't forget that home is equally important, and find new and healthy ways to have a home space. Love you. Please reach out if I can be supportive and you want to apply this to your own life. Let me know. Love you. Cancer rising, Cancer sun, Cancer moon. I love this for you. Whew, okay, so nice. You're doing really big things right now, Cancer. I just put my microphone up to make sure you can hear. You're doing really big things right now. And I would highlight and just offer to just take a pause sometime during this Mercury retrograde and just slow down and just be with yourself and just do some practical journaling, releasing, like the full moon eclipse in your house of communication over here, which is a Virgo run house, which is normally a Gemini run house, so super duper Mercury run, and Mercury is retrograde in the opposition house, in quest, adventure, and long distance travel, and higher education. This could be a time to invest in a new educational program. I really honestly think it's going to be time to just like invest in, I don't even want to say talk therapy, but like there's like a new level up. And we've been talking since like November, December, that like you were one of the people that went first. You upgraded first. You really healed something first. You moved first. Something happened first for you. Whereas everyone else was finishing up the year of 9 and you were like, I'm just going to set up shop and like do my thing. So you've been thriving. You've been doing really well. And so it's almost like there's this residual something that's not been felt. If you have Gemini placements as well, we just talked about like just slow down a little. Just slow down a little for this Mercury transit. This is the last season of the astrological year. So although for you, it's at the top of your chart, Pisces season is technically the last season before Aries season, which is like springtime or, fall time. Like, it really just let it be okay to slow down. I feel like a lot of us will get super hyper activated with like, it's the year of the fire horse, it's the year of one, let's go do things. And it's like, just be at peace with being at peace for sure. But yeah, you don't have to, like, it's like hustling to get to a life of leisure is not going to get you to leisure any faster. That could be contentious for a lot of people. I mean, the reps and sets of things is for sure, like, you have to do the reps and sets. It's going to take a little bit longer than anybody thinks to actually like go viral. It's kind of like that. Yeah, it took 6 years and one post to go viral. But yeah, just take some time to smell the flowers and to really integrate, like, yeah, I have the feeling that a lot of old addictive patterns might be coming up for not just you, but for many people. And with Neptune and Saturn having conjunct at the top of your chart, dude, that's pretty potent. If you'd like this applied directly to your life, please reach out directly for a one-on-one session, consultation. We can chit chat. But I honestly think that looking into the 2026 companion could also be helpful. I just have a vibe that someone watching this, a Cancerian vibe, is very self-led, soul-led. So it might just be that you need some tools to be helpful to you. And, when you exchange money for goods and services, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be $5.55, could be $1,000.25, doesn't matter. But you're telling the universe, I'm ready to really do more. I'm ready for more. I'm ready for another level. So if I can be supportive, please reach out. Take a peek at the website. Love you. Leo rising. Leo sun, Leo moon. This is about the story, your money story, your ancestral story, your karmic story, your trauma story, your story of relationships. It's just a lot about your story. I mean, this is the house of deep transformation, death, shared possessions, wills, contracts, taxes. The full moon eclipse that we have coming up, we're in the eclipse portal. So you had the new moon eclipse in Aquarius. Now you're having a full moon eclipse over here in Virgo energy in the middle of the Mercury retrograde that we're talking about. So I put up the sun because your solar run. And this is deeply connected to your next juncture, for sure. Deeply connected to your next path. It feels like, and please don't take this as prophecy, but this is just an offering. This won't be for everyone, so don't take it as doctrine. But it just feels like you're standing at a fork in the road. And maybe you have since the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, maybe you have since, I don't know, like 2019. But there's something that, like, you're not making a decision. There's something that you're not doing or not saying or not changing. And it's deep. If you have Taurus placements as well, there's something, it's like you're not, like, take this time to say it to yourself. To say it to yourself. Maybe you are extracting yourself from someone. Maybe this is the end of a relationship and you're like separating the contracts and separating possessions. Maybe that is happening, and that's not easy stuff at all. But there is something very deep that needs to be said. Very deep that needs to be said. And Mars is just kind of sticking out to me right here. There's the story of relationships as well that we tell ourselves. And Mars in Aquarius for you is, when we have 7th house transits, solar transits, big transits, we look to, or even looking at the descendant sign, it's like I look to for Leo rising looks to Aquarius as what I'm attracted to. But Aquarius energy is also something that you could benefit from integrating. So what do you love about Aquarius energy, and why? It's kind of like that classic phrase of whatever you want in a partner, write a list of all the things and become that, and become that. So it's okay to feel a little bit stagnant right now. I'm just offering some validation that there's a little bit of like chosen stuckness. And it's not that you don't know what you want. I think you know exactly what you want. But it's like, I'm terrified to do this or say this or leave this person, or this is like this job, this whatever it may be. There's a big trust fall going on. And I'm right there with you. I'm not omitted from this energy. So I hear you and I see you and I respect you, Leo, and I honor you. Find a way to communicate it with one person. One person. I just actively challenge you to find one person that you can communicate with this Mercury retrograde to talk about whatever is coming up and going on for you. If you want to apply this to your own life, if this resonates, please reach out directly. I'm accepting one-on-one clients right now. Please reach out. I love you. Virgo, darling. How you feeling? How you doing? Chart ruler, retrograde in your house of relationships, full moon eclipse coming up. That triple trine going on. Relationships have been really big for you for a bit. They've been a really big highlight. And I'm not just saying that because it's Pisces season, but a lot of like, especially with this Jupiter transit, there's been a lot happening that maybe, I mean, with the South Node in your sign, we'll just start with there. Like, what do you mean by that, Sarah? With the South Node in your sign, you're changing a lot. There's a lot of stuff coming up. There's a lot of stuff going on. And it might not be pretty. It might not be fun. It might not be enjoyable. And it might be embarrassing. You might feel really embarrassed by some of the stuff that's coming up right now. And with the Saturn-Neptune conjunction over here in your house of deep transformation, I want you to really look to like, who's there for you? Who's there for you when the post doesn't do well? Who's there for you when you are embarrassed? Who's there for you when everything's quiet? Yeah. You can get excited. The North Node is going to be in your house of daily life and practical service later on this year. Tons of stuff going on there. Tons of stuff. Jupiter's going to be going into your house of soul purpose. So that there's such goodness happening for you. That this isn't like, the planets aren't happening to us. They're available for us. So if there is anything that's going on, it is elevating you. It is teaching you. It is upgrading you. But like, lean on me. Find your people and remember them. Remember them. The wind outside. There's a snowstorm. Who are your people? Who supports you no matter without the story? I mean, this is Mercury. This is your chart ruler retrograde in your house of relationships. So it's like, who are you without the story? Who are you when you're not taking care of things? Who are you when you're not the mom friend? Who are you when you don't have it together? And do you feel okay talking to people when you're in that space? Do you feel okay letting people in? Because this could be a time to look at that and invite someone in and allow there to be a vulnerable moment. Allow there to be a vulnerable moment of, hey, I know I'm usually this, but I need you to be that for me today. And I need to take up some space. So that's cool. Please reach out if I can be supportive, Virgo. Take a peek over at my website at my services page and let me know if I can help. Love you. Libra. Libra rising, Libra sun, Libra moon. Okay. I was about to get snappy because it's like it was a while ago. It was months ago. I think it was like last summer. I was like, you gotta leave that job. You gotta go. You're not supposed to be there. You're not supposed to be there. You know it. You know it. And now I'm like, if you're still at that job, that's not my business. That's not my business. That ain't my business. So that's a choice. That is a choice. We tell the world, we teach the world how to treat us. With how we dress, what we show up for, what we accept, what we deal with. We teach the universe. We teach the God of our own understanding and the people in our lives how to treat us. We teach them by our daily actions. What we accept, what we don't accept, what we say, what we don't say. So this is the house of daily life and health and practical service. So look to your day-to-day life. If everything is in alignment, amazing. Everything feels great, amazing. If something doesn't feel in alignment, actively look at what needs to change. Does something need to replace it? Is this something that I do in my future, future? Is this something that I do out of habit? Like, look at your daily life and tasks. This is also the health axis here. So you could look at, how's my nutrition? How's my exercise, my workout regime? Am I getting into nature enough? I know it's wintertime, but the sun still works, or it's summertime. I know it's been very, very hot in Australia. So like, find ways to integrate healthy activity. The full moon eclipse is going to be in your house of soul purpose and healing closures and coming home. So that's intensity, tense. That's intensity, tense. Whenever I have a full moon, let alone a full moon eclipse in the 12th house, I am emotional, like big time. So just give yourself some grace. It does feel like work. Jupiter's going to go direct in this transit, the 3 trines that we talked about at the collective message at the beginning. And your chart ruler is going to be in Aries energy, in the house of relationships when this goes direct. So reach out. There might be some people in your life, and I just don't think that, I'm not the type of person to recommend doing things conventionally. So I'm the type of person that would say, like, write out the perfect job description, do the practical manifestation technique that's for free in the toolbox, the playlist of the toolbox on YouTube. Reach out to friends that you admire and respect and say, hey, I'm looking for this, and have like a think tank, have a brainstorm with them. But don't try to do any of this alone, Libra, like at all. Don't try to do it alone. And also, like, look at what you're allowing right now. Really look at what you're allowing in your life and listen to the story that we tell ourselves about it. Yeah. There's always a backdoor exit that you can leave. Always. We're not bound to everything. So reach out. If you want to apply this to your life, if this resonates, please reach out. I'm accepting one-on-one clients right now. Take a peek at my website and send me an email. Let me know how I can help. Scorpio. Scorpio rising. Scorpio sun. Scorpio moon. Okay. I love when I get to give the double disclaimer of, if you are watching for a Scorpio and you are not a Scorpio, this is how Scorpio and I talk. So just letting you know that you're not going to die alone. Like, there's this energy of, this is your house of romance and joy and childlike spirits and kiddos. Uranus is finishing up its transit in your house of relationships. Full moon eclipse is happening in your house of community over here. There's a lot to unpack. Both of your chart rulers right now are in your house of home and safety and my pocket of the world and cultural family roots. So if you're in divine partnership, I would recommend a romantic time. I would recommend really nourishing that. If you do have kiddos, I would recommend like having family time, special time, family days, like really nourishing your relationships, inner child time, for sure. If you are not in a healthy relationship right now and you desire to be, stop telling the story. Stop telling the story. You're not damaged goods. You're not expired. You're not old. You're not too big. You're not too small. You're not too poor. You're not too this. You're not too successful. You're not too anything. None of that. There's no story. I'm worthy. I am lovable. That's it. That's literally it. And for the full moon, release anything. Anybody, anything, any idea, any, like, literally, like, trinket. Like, I'm seeing you, like, going through your wallet and seeing, like, getting the dust out. Like, I'm just seeing, like, little things that you can do. Get rid of it and utilize this transit to take yourself out on a date. Take yourself out on a date. Start to integrate a little bit more love, self-care. Cook a meal for your partner, for your divine boyfriend, divine partner, divine girlfriend. Like, set the table for two, or sit there and have a conversation with them, even though they're not there. I get that they're not there. You know what I'm saying? Like, take yourself out for sure and start to make space. If that's what you want, empty a drawer. We talked about this in another video. Like, actually clearing out space. It was a comment that someone left. I forget what video it was from. It might have been a live where we were talking about throwing things away. But making space, it's a feng shui thing. Emptying out a drawer, or having like equal space on the sides of the bed if that's possible. Like, make space. Make space for fun. Make space for joy. Make space for romance. And don't have it be something that's outside of you. Integrate it now. Start to have an intimate relationship with the God of your understanding. There's something to that word intimacy as well that really, like, the first time I had said it, it was like recently. It was like, and it was in regards to having an intimate relationship with God. I was like, that's allowed. And all of my traumas came up. All of my past relationship traumas came up. All of it came up. I was like, oh, intimacy is safe and lovely and wonderful. It is. Deep layered stuff, Scorpio. If you'd like this applied to your real life, to your own life, to your actual chart, please reach out. Please reach out. I love you. Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius sun, Sagittarius moon. Nice. It's gonna hit the spot. Okay. This is deeply connected to you. The triple trine that we talked about in the beginning is with your chart ruler. Your chart ruler is retrograde right now in your house of deep transformation, shared possessions. The apex point, or the to make the grand water trine, is in your house of soul purpose. It might feel like you're ready to snap right now. There's something that's like, there's a level of overwhelm, possibly, full body chill. There's a level of overwhelm. There's a level of like, what's going on? Can't see clearly in it. Something's like really askew. And I mean, that is intense in and of itself. The South Node just releasing in your house of legacy, and then a full moon eclipse coming in your house of legacy as well, in public image and career. You might be in the midst of shifting your back end stuff, paywalled stuff. Like, there might be a huge shift going on, and it's like connected to money, values, access. Like, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and you're worthy of it. Because I heard someone be like, well, how is it connected? Pluto's been in Aquarius for a little while now, but the reverberation of like the guttural damage that Pluto going through Capricorn from 2008 until 2024 fully, it went into Aquarius energy. There's still a lot of worthiness, and for this to be happening, or this to have happened in your house of money, values, and access to resources, just says to me like that there still is some reverberation of like, you're worthy of your prices, you're worthy of more, you're worthy of leisure, you're worthy of happiness, you're worthy of joy, healthy relationships. Uranus is going to go into your house of relationships later this year. Like, you're really worthy of it. And so a lot of this breakdown that you're experiencing right now, again, it could be financial. This is in the house of finances over here. It's wholeness could be connected to like the way you understood safety. Like the way you understood this is what I need to feel safe. This is what 0 is, or this is what I need in my bank account. This is what I need from people in my life. Like, you might just feel kind of alone right now. If you have Scorpio placements as well, you might just be feeling a little bit alone right now. And those moments are potent. I mean, I'm sure you've seen enough YouTube videos of like, you're put into a hermit phase right before the upgrade, you're this and that, but right before the upgrade, this happens right before the upgrade. And it's kind of like, you're just like, I don't need to hear that right now, Sarah. I'm in the midst of it, and that doesn't help. That doesn't make me feel better. I see you, Sag. I see you. And I can offer validation that it's clearly built into your chart, what you're experiencing and going through. If you need someone to talk to about it, please reach out. If you want this applied to your life, please reach out. I'm happy to do a one-on-one session with you. I'm accepting one-on-one clients right now. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to work with you and be someone who's supportive. But something that's really fascinating, I've had a few consultation requests as of late that is kind of like, can you tell me where I'm supposed to live? Can you tell me where I'm supposed to, like, that's between you and God. So me telling you that there might be this incredible fog, there might be this incredible fear, there might be this incredible moment of like, I'm in the midst of I don't know what, and I don't know what to do. Sometimes that confusion is on purpose. I have a whole channeled message. You're confused for a reason. There's many, like, maybe take a little binge on my site right now on the YouTube and like go over the site for sure if you'd like one-on-one service, but you might just need a few validations that you are right on time, that the planets are activating your 4th and 1st and 10th axis right now, Sag. So that's like not joking energy. Be with it, and self-care. Please take care of yourself. Reach out if I can help. Binge watch some of my YouTube if that can be helpful, but don't try to do this alone, for sure. For sure. Love you. Capricorn. My first thing, I was just like, say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Say it. But then there was like this undertow of like, I actually don't need to, because I would love to be able to scream at this person, but they're not in the capacity to receive it. Or I'm saying everything that I need to say. You're doing some very deep inner child, inner awareness, inner teenager healing. You're just doing some very deep, like, North Node in the 3rd house. I'm beaming. Like Saturn and Neptune outside of Pisces right now. I am beaming. Like, beautiful. beautiful. There is a level up, a level out. I even want to say, I don't even say level up because it's not like we're better than anybody, but there's a level out that you've experienced of a significant amount of the, like, all the lessons from Neptune and Saturn in Pisces. I feel like you're like done. A+. And even as I'm saying that, there's a part of you that's like, I'm just happy that it was, if it was pass fail, I would have been fine. But I don't need the A+. I'm good. If it was pass, as long as I passed and it's over, I'm good. So there is a safety baby gate that's around you right now. And I see that and I respect it. And I don't want to say, take it down. Not at all. I'm not saying take it down. I'm just saying, looking at this triple trine over here, if there was to be a new romantic opportunity, or if there was a tough chat that needed to be happening with coworkers, with colleagues, with a new business perspective, or just a deeper chat in general, don't go into it like this. Just be like, yeah, this is the goal that I have for this conversation. That's where I want to get to. So let's get there together. And that's it. It's just a problem to be solved. So there's not, like, I'm really excited. There's clarity here. There's beauty here. You've been through a lot, and like that was guttural, but I feel like there's still a significant amount of Saturn, Neptune in Aries energy that I'm feeling from the chart. So that seems like a little bit more of the focus right now. And I feel like just take this Mercury retrograde to just watch past patterns if they come up and just view them and say, okay, cool, I see you. And you don't have to engage with it, but it just feels really clean right now, Cap. Yeah, the whole thing just feels really clean and I'm excited. A win is a win is a win. I love that was just really funny. It's like A+. You're like, nope, just pass. It's fine. I'm good. I'm good. Neptune and Pisces, that was intense. Dude, that was intense. That was intense for me. That was a lot, but we did it. We did it. Great stuff. Love you. If I can be supportive, please reach out. Take a peek at my website and check up on the courses, the services, the one-on-one services, and see how I can support if you're interested. Aquarius. Aquarius rising, Aquarius sun, Aquarius moon. Dude. Dude. Nope. Dude. Okay, this is the money axis. Sun's in Pisces energy right now as well, and the Mercury retrograde is going to be in your house of money, values, and access to resources. The full moon eclipse is going to be in the center of your house of deep transformation, death, and shared possessions. There's a break coming for sure, and eclipses are either 6 months back or 6 months forward. So this feels like a bill getting paid, a debt, a separation of something happening, taking on a new bill, like a mortgage payment or a rent payment or something like that, a new car. But this feels a little bit frustrating. This feels like a little bit frustrating. Your chart ruler is kind of just sitting down here, the base of the tree of your life. And this happened in the house of money. I mean, it's just, things are great. If things are great, if things are tough, just make sure that you're communicating your needs in an honest and authentic way. That's it. That's kind of it. Like, just if you have any Capricorn placements or if you want to learn a thing or two, definitely go like listen to the Capricorn video, but don't take Saturn and Neptune and Aries as your chance to pop off. Not really needed. You can clearly identify what it is that you need. You can clearly identify the person that can get you there, and you can clearly articulate what it is you need to the person that can get you there. So it doesn't have to be as emotional. And even me saying that to you is a little bit like, you're like, that's adorable, Sarah. But it's very much like, oh, I love you, but it's kind of like self-righteousness is also emotional, you know? We don't have to sit on our high horse. So Mars still sitting in your sign right now, Aquarius. It's like, you can be right. That doesn't make the other person wrong. That means that their reality is different than yours. That's literally it. And that's a beautiful thing. So to be able to identify that and discern it and say, wow, that's not for me, is a beautiful thing. But yeah, clearly identify the need. Who's the person to talk to about it? How can you communicate what it is that you need and take action steps to get there? That's what I would do. Love you. Please reach out if you need assistance or if I can be helpful and you want this applied to your life. Please let me know. Love you. Pisces. Boundaries. That's literally it. I could end it right there. I could end the whole thing right there. This is like, I don't see Pisces rising specifically, and happy birthday to Pisces suns. I don't see this in any possible capacity as like a like an ego death or a crisis issue. Like, if maybe you're having that, I don't know, but this clearly says to me, like, I'm doing great. I can't hold everyone's hand. I can learn how to say no. I feel like this is just learning how to say no. And no is a complete sentence. Or no doesn't have to be a saga. If you need to have like, I'm kindly declining your offer, or no thank you, or I can't show up for that. However you want to say it, but learning how to say no. The full moon eclipse is happening in your house of relationships. it feels like you just, yeah. And this isn't me projecting. If this isn't for you, this isn't for you. But there might be someone that unconsciously or subconsciously either like smells how much money you have, or they smell the past trauma that you're just healing from, and they just are like, you smell delicious. You're a trauma bond because I don't want to deal with my own stuff. And you're so lovely and wonderful and kind, but you don't have to be nice right now. You don't have to be nice right now. I would like you to, be in do not disturb a little bit more often. I would like you to have some self-care days and say, I can't help you. No's are resounding yeses for what does slap. So when you say no to what doesn't work, you're saying yes to everything that does. When you say no to everything that doesn't work, you're only allowing yeses in. That's scary and can be lonely for a season, for sure. For sure. But these eclipses are falling right on your ascendant descendant. This isn't a gentle year. The North Node is shifting over your ascendant descendant. And I don't mean that the opposite of gentle does not mean bad. This year, this life is not passive right now. So passivity is a choice. Not taking action is a choice. So I want you to say yes to what's a yes and no to what's a no. And not like they invited me to the party. I don't know, I'm supposed to go. None of that. Stop telling the story. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Reach out if I can be supportive. If you'd like this applied to your chart, to your life, please reach out. If you're having trouble with boundaries, reach out. Don't feel like you have to handle all of these things alone. Just don't lean on people who can't hold you up. And it's not a judgment, it's discernment. And to be able to say, I'll leave you with this, Pisces, to be able to say, I'll speak for my statements. I can't expect every person that I keep in my life to be a channeler, to talk to aliens, to believe everything that I believe, or to do everything I do. It would be lonely. But I ask the people that I keep closest to me to pour equally into me the way that I pour equally into them. That's it. So have standards. You have high standards, just keep them. Just keep them. I want you to have high standards. I want you to have a happy life. I want you to have everything that you want. But you're the only one that's teaching the world how to treat you. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. As always, please reach out directly if any of this information resonates. There are links below to donate if this video has found you in perfect time and you would like to say thank you. And Course Library is available. 2026 Companion and All Signs Reading is available. One-on-one sessions. And I love you. I'll see you again soon.